the cloud, because that will make it easier. All right, so what's up, you guys? If you guys are brand new, because we have welcomed hundreds of souls into our community over this last week, you guys are just blowing my mind, right? And so, what?
Maxed out at 100.
Is that what it just said?
Yeah, at least it said that.
It's the calls maxed out?
So maxed out at 100.
What? I've never had this problem. Y'all, I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm just gonna put this. I'm gonna put this.
She's from North Carolina.
I am from North Carolina. What's up? So we are Trish and Travis McFarland. Super excited to have you guys on the call with us tonight, and I'm really pumped about tonight's call. So first and foremost, I just want everyone. How's everyone's day going? In the comments, give me some love. What do you guys tell me about your day? First of all, I want everyone to take a deep breath and breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. And then I want you to give yourselves a round of applause. You have made it through the ketone crash of 2019 last night. And you guys, honestly, I'm going to say this. From the amount of messages that I received and every single person that I talked to, you guys, the AQ and the EQ of this, of every single person, was so high. Like, I did not hear, people were not going off, like people were not freaking out. I'm talking customers, I'm talking promoters, like everybody was on it. So many of you stepped up to just take lead and like lead your teams, lead your customers into exactly what to do. So I am just like blown away, super pumped about that, you guys. And I'm like getting distracted. Everyone's messaging me that this is maxed out.
Well, Blair wants to know if she should live stream it.
Yes.
Because Christina can't get in.
Yes, Blair. Please live stream it.
Relaying your message.
Live stream. I'll approve your thing. Okay. So yeah. So, and hopefully everyone that's supposed to speak on tonight's call. Macy can't get in either. Oh no, the people that are speaking. Okay, guys. Can you guys practice AQ real quick, as I try to do this. This is like, whew. I'm gonna pause the recording. Being so patient and practicing AQ. Okay, so because of that, we're just gonna keep going. I was gonna do practice some gratitude like right now, but we're gonna skip over that because we just wasted all our gratitude time. So we're gonna move on to announcements. So, all right. 10-day challenge. Who here has heard of if you've heard of the 10-day challenge, put a 1 in the comments. Awesome. All right. So if you guys are brand new, right? Like you guys, maybe you just got started today and you like got this message and you're here, right? So 10-day challenge, guys, quick, like I'm going to give you a quick like Reader's Digest version of what it is. First and foremost, it is 20 packets of ketones, 10 caffeinated, 10 decaf. This month only, you get 10 free Mitoplex, and the price point is $99. Now, what comes with this, you guys, is like, first of all, did anyone get on, like when you got on the challenge.com, did anyone lose their mind? Like he was at the gym when he pulled it up and I was home and he walked in and we were both like, oh my gosh, like, this is insane. Like it was just blew us away. Like where we are going, I cannot even begin to describe. Like when BU says we've only just begun, and I heard that 2 years ago. How long have we done this? 2 years, right? 2.5, right? Something like that, right? I was like, yeah, we're just beginning. But like after seeing what they are bringing to the table and what is happening and where we're going with this 10-day challenge, with all of this, like we are literally just beginning. 2020, I said it in the text or the post, it starts now. Like it begins today. It began last night at 9 p.m. when everyone was like, holy shit, what's happening? Exactly, right? There were so many things. You guys were awesome though, honestly. So that is the 10-day challenge. So what we have tonight is we actually have 4 people who are crushing it and crushing these kits. And something that I want to like make you guys aware of is that like I'm always on the lookout, right? Like when we have people speak on these calls, when we do stuff like this, it's all about current credibility. Who are those people that are currently crushing it, right? Because I'm not like, it wouldn't be fair for, first of all, I don't always want to talk, right? Like I definitely don't always want to talk, but like there are people out there that are doing far more, far better than I could ever think about, right? And like I want to hear from them. Like I want to hear what they're doing. I don't know about you, but it's honestly hands down. If you guys are in here, if you guys could just mute yourselves a little bit. Thank you. I'm trying to mute people, but it's not letting, it literally is not letting me mute this person. So, okay, thank you. So, like, that's what we look at, and we're always doing like this, like current credibility, right? Like what actually, like who are the people that are in the trenches doing the things, right? And like I was just saying, my favorite thing is hearing from other people, like their ideas, and especially people that are like newer into this business. So I'm actually just gonna get you guys started, because I think what we have tonight is gonna be really, really powerful, especially as we are moving forward with this 10-day challenge, because it literally is just beginning. So, okay, so I'm gonna start with, we have Macy. What is up, girl? And I reached out to her today, guys. First of all, like, she's still in her Go challenge. Like, she's still in this Go challenge right now. She crushed the reboot. What are you doing?
Just keep talking.
She crushed it. Don't take over my life. It changes. This is real life right here, by the way. Real life banter. I'm like, don't touch my laptop. She crushed the reboot sales, you guys. She's crushing these 10-day kits, and what, like, the power that she has. When I asked her to share, like, what's your tip? Like, everything that she said, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys, we have 4 incredible humans sharing tonight. So I hope you guys have your pen and your paper. You're ready to take notes, and you are ready to do this. So Macy, what's up, girl?
Hey guys. Well, I'm Macy Burden, and I'm happy that I'm actually able to get on the phone call, because it was like maxed out, and I have a 2-month-old, so she was just, I know, trying to kick me off the call already. No, so I have a 2-month-old, and I have a 7-year-old, you know, my 7-year-old's trying to take care of my 2-month-old, and of course she'd start whining as soon as the call starts. So I'm like, oh my God. So Melissa, everybody, thank you guys for trying to get me on the call. So I'm here. So I do have notes. So I've never been on the other side of like this before. I'm always just the one like that doesn't like see my video. I'm just like the creeper, like you can't see or hear me. I'm just observing all the time. So it's pretty cool. So thank you for asking me, Trish, to do this. So yeah, so just Trish asked me to share some tips. So I mean, I'm still learning myself. I literally tell Melissa, like, Melissa, it's like all you. Like, I'm riding your coattails the whole way. Like, Melissa, how do I do this? Ooh, Melissa did this. I'm going to try that. Like, I literally just try and piggyback off of everything she does. And I told her today, what makes a great promoter, like, it says a lot about your upline. And I truly have, like, the best upline. I watch all of your videos, Trish. I watch all of Ashley's trainings and everything. So that's all been very helpful. So if I were to tell any, like, promoter, like, you know, my biggest part, you know, would just be doing the trainings, you know, watching all of your guys' live videos. They're so helpful. I constantly have like all these like nasty, sloppy notebooks like all over the place. Like I can't read them when I go back to like refer to them, but you know what, they're there and I'm writing them down. So, and one thing that, because I don't want to forget to do this, I got my big binder out. Melissa told me to do this, and I'm that overachiever. Like I have this big binder. Okay. So one thing that she told me to do is like print off like how to check in and follow up with your customers. So I have like a pile for 10-day challenge, a pile for reboots, and then a pile for just like your, you know, your general prospects and customers, like their general orders. One other thing that she told me to do was it's called a daily methods of operation. So, or what? I don't know if anyone can even see this, so I don't even know if it's worth me showing you. I'm just like holding it up. So it just, you know, just has like personal growth, business growth, and social media growth, just like, and it's a point system. So I just go through and I check off everything. So I'm that overachiever, and I don't go to bed at night until I have that very last one checked off. So, I mean, I didn't do this as a hobby. I'm really in it to, you know, make an impact and make a difference. And I'm truly blessed to be a part of such an awesome community. I was a part of Beachbody for a long time, and the community was nothing like this, nothing. It was more, I hate to say it, like more like cutthroat. So it was like all kind of out for yourself. But everybody here, they want everybody to succeed. So everybody here, like it's just been like an amazing, you know, journey, and having everybody's input and, you know, just kind of piggybacking off of everybody's ideas. That to me has been the biggest, you know, impact on building my business, you know, getting started at least. So as far as tips, my big thing is just, you know, picking like a certain number, like invite, post. I've learned that like if I'm not posting, my audience engagement drops. The more I post, the more that people reach out to me. So like one thing I've gotten into, I'm trying to get more into lives. I hate lives. I don't even want to know how I sound on this thing right now. I don't like it. Okay. I don't even want to know what I look like. I'm not looking at my face right now. So, I mean, I've gotten better about trying to do lives like here and there in my keto group. I'm adding a lot more on my story. I'm trying not to be salesy. I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, holla me up for yo ketones. I'm not like all up about that stuff. I'm just trying to like share it with my personal life, like my family fitness and, you know, my personal life. So if I'm like sharing a picture of like my daughter stealing my ketones or me having a keto up with my dinner or putting a dumbbell or putting a keto up on my dumbbell and taking a picture, you know, because I'll have it like before I work out. So, I mean, those are things that I try and like engage, like how I engage people into doing it, like, you know, just starting the conversation at least. Also, I'm trying to constantly set goals for myself. So I sold, it was like 15 reboot kits or so, like for my first time. So I don't even know what's a good number and what's not. I don't know. I mean, Melissa said she sold one her first time. I don't believe her because she's just insane. So she's a liar. She's a liar. So she said she sold one and I think she's a liar, but I mean, I sold 15. So I told her, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to double that for December. I'm going to go for 30. And I'm the kind of person, like, I want to push myself, but I also want to be pushed. Okay. She said it's true, but I still don't believe her. So, I mean, I think that's another thing, just like trying to constantly set goals, you know, and not just like stopping here and be like, okay, well, that's good enough. And just like, you know, not picking up the momentum. She constantly tells me like, stay consistent, don't slow down. Like you're doing so well. Don't slow down. And the constant, how she constantly makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. That's very rewarding to me. I mean, I still don't understand, like, I really am starting to understand like commission and rewards. Like, oh, what did I get? How did I do that? Like, so I don't know. So I'm here. Awesome. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. To me, that's like the best part. So yeah, I'm barely a month in. And honestly, I feel like I started at an awesome time with like the launch and the reboot. It's like, oh, hell yeah. And I really got into it. Like my business kind of took off like that. Like I was able to sell all those so quickly because I used my husband as a guinea pig. So like when we moved to a new state, he packed on the pounds. He drank too much beer. You know, we're country kids. So we moved to the coast of Virginia. We live in Chesapeake, Virginia. So we live near the beach and we live in this awesome neighborhood where everybody just walks to each other's house with a case of beer. We did not grow up that way. We were never like this. I mean, we're only 28, you know what I mean? So it was just very new coming to something like this when we lived in the country. You know, we didn't have a neighbor in sight. So he started packing on the pounds and I'm like, listen, if we're doing this, like you're doing it with me. Like you're going to be my guinea pig. So this dude lost 17 pounds in 1 month by doing just the keto diet and drinking his ketones. And I shared his photo if anybody wants to check it out on my Facebook page or whatever. I mean, he looks awesome, like awesome. He doesn't have man boobs anymore. Like he looks awesome. And we're previous gym owners. So, I mean, I told him, I'm like, Damon, like you got to get your shit together, dude. Like we sold our gym prior to moving and like, you're getting fat. So like, I got all on him about it. So like, this was perfect for him. And he really loves it. Like he's actually so hardcore that he yells at me if I want to eat an apple. Like I love apples. And he yells at me if I want apples. Like, do you know how many carbs are in those apples? You know? So like things like that, you know, the accountability also, you know, just having like my spouse with me and everything. But aside from that, just responding to like every comment, or question as much as I can. Like if someone reaches out to me, I'm not just going to like throw ketones in their face. I'm actually going to sit there and genuinely listen to their concerns and their goals, because I feel that it's most important to, you know, be less salesy and build that rapport up, because they may not be able to just, you know, hop right in and be like, oh yeah, like I have the $100 to, you know, do the 10-day challenge. You know what I mean? They might not have that right now. So I'm not just going to brush them off and be like, okay, see ya. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to build that rapport, and I'm going to hope that they come back. So I'm going to add them to my list and, you know, put them down for a follow-up the next week. And I also have, like, in the Prove It Pulse app, which I discovered this morning, which is really cool. Again, I'm discovering something new every day. No, I didn't. I knew about the Prove It Pulse app. I already had that. What I discovered was that I can click on their little name and be like, oh, I can, like, get notified to do a follow-up next week. I already had the Prove It Pulse app. I'm not too far behind. So yeah, I mean, that was, like, really cool. Just the, you know, kind of have that reminder to follow up with them. I don't want to ever have any of my customers or prospects feel like they're falling through their cracks, because just having been a previous gym owner and trainer, like being a business owner, like I know how important that is to build that relationship up, because if they can't invest in themselves now, they're going to pass the message forward to, let's say, a family member or their sister, their mom, their uncle, and be like, hey, Macy was so great. You know, she'll answer whatever questions you have. You know, I couldn't invest in the 10-day challenge pack, but she's really great. You know, reach out to her if you want to buy your keto up, you know, things like that. So I just feel like it's really important to, you know, keep your prospects close and don't let them feel like you're just brushing them off and falling through the cracks. So yeah, if anybody, like, posts a general question on Facebook or Instagram, like, hey, does anybody know, like, you know, a good diet to follow? You know, you see them all the time on social media, like, you know, so random, like, oh, like, what's the best exercise to lose in the midsection? You know, and it's like all those things. And so I don't care how petty it is or, you know, what they're asking. If it's health or fitness related, I'll reach out to them and be like, okay, yeah, like, here's, you know, what we can do. Like, what are your goals? So I'll just get to know them a little bit and learn, like, what, you know, they're trying to achieve. And I won't throw ketones in their face. I'll just try and build the conversation up over time, maybe not necessarily in one sitting, but try and keep them wanting more. You know what I mean? So then I'll just come back and just engage in the conversation later.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It stopped me from talking too much.
I just want to make sure. No, you did awesome. And for you saying that you've never been on that side, like, that's insane, because you were totally a natural. So, like, I love you for sharing your heart. And I just, like, want to touch on a couple things, because, like, there's so much information that I want people to, like, queue up on some of the, like, really important things that you just said. So, like, I love, like, she set goals, how many reboots she wanted to sell, how many 10-day kits. Be really honest with yourself, right? Check up from your neck up. In the comments, give me a yes if you set goals for how many of these kits you wanted to sell, or say no, I did. Like, I kind of just went into this winging it, right? Like, because, like, I know, like, when I first got started in a business like this, like, I didn't have any idea, like, that I should have set actual goals for myself, right? Like, I'd be like, oh, I want to show some ketones, right? Like, sure, right? Like, but when you set those goals, it's so important, right? Like, so we had, and we're going to hear from her later, Hannah, like, she's like, I'm just going to throw out 50. I'm just going to put the number 50 out there for 10 kits, and I'm going to see what happens. And homegirl's over 40. So, like, goals matter. Like, she might not be pushing as hard if she hadn't put that number in. And then number 2 was product of the product, right? Like, and I know that's such, like, an old former, it feels like an ex-boyfriend relationship that we used to say that, but, like, are you guys creating your own ketone story? Like, a transformation story? And if you guys haven't, this 10-day challenge is your opportunity to do so. Like, to take ketones twice a day, to follow the meal plan that goes with it and that works for you. Not like, I'm just mean like the timed eating and stuff. Drink water, get Mitoplex, take before pictures, like, do all the stuff. Get your own transformation, become a walking, talking billboard for what ketones do and what they are. And, like, again, relationships. Like, I just always go back to building relationships. But thank you so much for sharing, Macy.
Yeah.
You did awesome. Thank you. All right. So next up, so now we have, so I sandwiched the Trishas together because it's all in the name, you guys. There's something about the name Trish, right? I'm super pumped and excited. We talked, and I love the way that she put this, and I'm not going to say what she said in our chat, but talking about what she's doing, and it's going back to prospecting, and it's, Travis is getting ice. He couldn't wait till I was on mute.
Hydrate, sorry.
He has to hydrate. He's drinking ketones. So, all right. So I can't even say her last name, but Trish Kalsevic, and she bakes the sweetest treats ever, and they're keto, and I'm going to get them all shipped down here. What's up?
Can you see me?
I can hear you.
Can you guys see? Does everybody see me? Because I'm on my phone. Okay. So I don't normally do this from my phone, but both of my computers decided to crap themselves. So here I am. But which is good because I can only see you, Trish. So I feel like I'm just having a conversation because I too am a keyboard warrior. I am an introvert and I feel like I'm going to vomit right now because I like to hide behind my keyboard instead. So I'm going to talk about prospecting, which is really ironic because it's something that also made me want to vomit. And I think that it is a really underutilized tool because we are in community-based marketing, right? We're shares people, so we don't want to be spammy buttholes. And that's really how I viewed it because we all hate getting those, hey girl messages from like every direct salesperson who friend requested you 20 seconds ago and is now your best friend. So I really kind of steered away from it and was like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and make all these wonderful, fabulous posts and wait for all of the humans just to come tell me that they want to buy ketones from me. And that might work for like the first 2 weeks when it's fresh and new and you're sharing incredible results and you have the fire in your belly. And not that the fire goes away because we all love ketones. We know what they can do for people, but your warm market dries out very fast, right? So you have to find other ways to get humans. And I would sit there and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to message 20 people today. Nope, I'm not. I'm not because I'm going to vomit, right? So because we're afraid they're going to say, I don't like you. I don't want your crap. Stop messaging me. But reality is most people aren't going to do that. They might not message you back. Some of them might unfriend you and block you, but you're building your pipeline. And guess what? Some people might actually say yes, right? So sending 10 messages and getting 1 yes and 9 no's is better than getting 0 yeses. So when we came back, I finally was like, you know what? I got a prospect. My warm market is done. Like the only thing failing me is me because I'm too scared to send a message to people that, guess what? Like I'm not even friends with them anyway. So what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Maybe they'll actually be my friend and they'll buy ketones. So I'm going to give you some tips of some things that I have been doing that have actually been working, right? Imagine that. So first thing is tips on prospecting. Don't be afraid. The worst thing that can happen is they're going to say no. The second thing is don't attach an outcome to it because if you're already telling yourself it's going to be a no, you're putting the fear in your mind, but it might actually be a yes. The third thing is use the 5-second rule, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send the freaking messages, right? My last tip on that is use language that actually sounds like you, right? I personally absolutely despise, hey girl, like every human in America is saying it like it's a script out of the absolute worst network marketing book ever written, okay? I don't say, hey girl, I don't. I cuss a lot. I might filter some of my messages, but I'm going to make it sound like me. If it's, hey friend, hey beautiful soul, hey girl, like make it actually sound like you as a human because somewhere down the line, these people are going to follow you. They're going to friend you. They're going to have a conversation with you. And you're not like the Valley girl from like 1999. So make it sound original and like you and not like every other spammy network marketer out there. So now I'm going to talk about who to prospect, right? Because that's like usually the other biggest challenge is who are we looking for? Where do you go? The answer is everyone. Everyone is a prospect. That also determines how you prospect them. If they're a brand new friend, if it's somebody, you know, so pay attention to where your relationships are coming from before you start sending messages. Because when you start spending a million of the exact same message, one, Facebook's going to mark you as spam. Number two, if it's someone who you don't even know, you don't want to sound like you're their best friend right off the bat, or it's instantly spam. Okay. So there's a couple of different ways that I do this. One, when someone friend requests me, oftentimes now, the longer you do this, you're going to find that you're going to start getting a million other network marketers to friend request you. So I let them sit for a little bit. Sorry, the comments are distracting me. If someone else wants to field those, because I can't see them on my phone and have my video on at the same time, cool. But anyways, if they are other network marketers, I let them sit for a couple of minutes, couple of days before I accept them. Then I go in like, I'm so busy, you know, and I'm like, oh, accept. And then I go in and I send them a voice clip. And I was like, hey, I saw that you friend requested me a few days ago. Sorry, just getting to it. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What company are you with? So I don't build rapport long, but it at least opens up a conversation. Those aren't the people that we're prospecting for the 10-day challenge, but they will be, or for the opportunity, because what you do today pays off in 90 days. So keep that in mind. Much like Macy showed us the tracker, you want to track your prospects and the people that you're talking to, where they're coming from, where they're with, what you're prospecting them for, so that you can follow them up with them in your pipeline. The other people that I prospect are people who are liking my posts or liking my stories, or even just watching my stories all the time, because you get stalkers, right? You're like, geez, I had 40 people view this and it's the same 40 people over and over again. Clearly they're interested in something that you're talking about, or they're just stalking you. Either way, reach out. Hey, I see that you keep watching my stories. What do you know about ketones? Have you ever heard of them? Just ask. Like, they're watching you for a reason. Every human in your keto group, if you have too many people that you can't friend request them all, I suggest friend requesting as many as you can, because otherwise your messages go into the other spam land in Facebook. So friend request as many as you can. If your group's too big and you can't do that, then just message them and hope that they see it. But how many people are in your Facebook group that just go cold? Like, you haven't heard from them. Maybe you reached out at the beginning. So then the other is current and past customers. We know now that everyone can take advantage of this crazy deal for the kit for 99 bucks and get 3. So message everyone. You can find your past customers or whatever in your Prove It Cloud. So that's a whole list of prospects of people who maybe went off SmartShip or stopped buying at some point. And your current customers can take advantage of it too. The other place that you can prospect is in your messenger in Facebook. You can go into your messenger and you can search the word keto or the word ketones. And then right under the search block, you can click search messages or search people. So search messages, and then you can go all the way back through since the beginning of time. Like, I've been a promoter for like 19 months. You can go back and find all of those people that you talked to about keto in the very beginning, and maybe bought a 10-day, but never bought past that, or just never purchased. So you have a ton of prospects within your own Messenger and Facebook community. My other tip is asking questions. Obviously, we know in our stories, our Instagram stories and our Facebook stories, but not like the question, hey, who wants to join this challenge? If I had a way for you to do this with drinking 2 drinks, blah, 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 because they already know by reading that they're being sold to. So you're only going to get the people who are like, yeah, I actually want you to reach out to me. But I just did a poll today that's a sneaky question. And it's one of those like quiz things. I created it in Instagram stories. And my question was, if you could have any of these mom superpowers, which one would you choose? And light bulb, they were benefits of ketones, energy, a full night's sleep, always in a good mood, you know, like it's things of ketones. So no matter which one they pick, they've just got prospected based on what benefit they would want most from ketones. Now, every person who answers that, I can go in and say, oh, hey, you're a tired mom who wishes she had energy to deal with her brats all day. I have the best thing freaking ever. Why don't you check this challenge out? So ask sneaky questions that relate to the benefits of ketones that you can prospect people without them knowing that they're being prospected or sold to. So my last tip is a script. Obviously, we don't want to sound like spammy buttholes, or as Jessie Lee says, Spamela Anderson, when you're reaching out to these people in Messenger, because either Facebook's going to mark you as spam, or they're just going to be like, bye-bye, see ya, not your friend. So one of the things that I do is know your market. If it's somebody brand new that you've never had a conversation with, or they don't know you, I like to either send a voice clip or a video message. So Facebook will only let you send a pre-recorded video message that's just under a minute, but they get to see you, they get to feel your energy, or they get to hear your voice and see that you're not just some robot idiot on the other side trying to sell them something. And they can feel your confidence or your comfort through your voice. So don't be afraid to send that as a prospecting message or way to do it. The other way, obviously, is email. With the new way that they're doing this, we get the emails, the notification, you can reach out to people, or use, I don't want to get too complicated with ClickFunnels and such, but you can collect emails, or always ask your customers. You can pin a Survey Monkey to the top of your Facebook group, and direct people there so that you can collect their email, because people are more likely to read an email because you can't see that they read it unless you do return receipt. But the other thing is just a regular text script, right? And if you're in Keto Evolution, I shared it there. I can type it after in the comments if anyone wants to use it. But basically it's like, hey friend, hey whatever, language that you use, hey girl, if you actually say that. This might not be for you, but my team and I are hosting this amazing 10-day challenge. It's for people who want to take control of their health and wellness, maybe get a jump start on, the holiday bloat, or get ahead of that New Year's resolution. If it sounds like something you would like, or someone you know, let me know, or I would love to share about it. If not, totally okay. So basically the two key points in that are, this might not be for you, but, and if not, that's okay, because you're not like saying, hey, I'm going to sell you this. Hey, do you want to buy this? You're giving them the option to accept or not. And they kind of have the out. So that's all I got for you guys on prospecting. I hope it helped. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, that was super helpful. Thank you so much. And again, like, coming back, like, and I know, like, I feel like a broken record, and I hope you guys like aren't like, as she's saying it again, but like, relationships are everything. She's not just going into her inbox and just being like, I'm just going to flood every single person. I'm not even going to take a look at their profile or see who they are. Like, she's actually having like these genuine conversations, building them up so that when something big like this happens, right? Hey, I don't know, like, if you've seen this or if this is even for you. I love how she says that, right? But like, we're doing this thing. Have you thought about it? Like, whatever. Because if you build that relationship, it's so much easier to have those natural conversations, number one. And again, like 90 days from now. So maybe not now, but maybe they'll be the people that join you in January, right? Like, so like just doing the, thank you so much. That was so many awesome tips. All right, so next up we have Trisha P, which, Trisha, I can't see you. We have the other powerhouse. And Trisha last night, legit, when the blackout happened, the ketone crash of 2019 happened, she like stepped up, helped lead the entire team in like figuring out solutions and ways to be able to like go around this. But where are you, Trisha?
Can you see me?
I can't. There you are. Hi.
Yes. Okay. I'm so excited. And when you were talking about the challenge.com too, when it came out, I went to bed. I stayed up as long as I could, but I still have little ones that don't sleep that great. So I was like, I'm going to bed. It'll be there in the morning. Prove It always delivers. So when I woke up and saw the challenge site, I was like, oh my God. I messaged my husband right away because he was already at work. And I was like, you got to check to see if you have yours too. And I was like, oh my God, this is just amazing. Like amazing. So that would be my first tip, is use your resources. Okay. So first of all, if you haven't checked out the challenge site, which it's understandable if you haven't because we've been super busy, check out the challenge site. So when your customers have questions or you want to walk them through it, you can do that, because there were a lot of questions about a lot of different things. But go ahead and check that out because it is amazing. But also use the resources that Prove It has. So, for example, there's a lot of different event groups that were going on. There's sneak peek groups. There's all kinds of things that kind of all circle back around to this. We're going to have the reboot group is going to be collaborated now with the challenge group. Use them. Like, work smarter, not harder. Don't, feel like you need to do it all, because that's when you're going to get overwhelmed. But at the same time, make sure you do engage well with your customers. So one of the things that I did is I used all the resources that, you guys all put out there and Ashley put out there, but still had like that personal touch of putting the people that were interested into a private messenger group, and then created a crap ton of FOMO. Like, then people were like, where is it? Where is it? Oh my God, it's only coming at 9. Where is it? And it just kept going on, and people were just getting excited, and I was getting all hyped up with them and just staying positive. And then once people started ordering it, they were like, oh my God, I got it. And you could feel the excitement in this private group. So just like create a community within your community, but don't overthink it. So that would be like my next step. Like, get out of your own head and stay positive. So last night was crazy, right? But like, if you're frustrated, then your customer is going to feel frustrated. Like, your energy is going to match, their energy is going to match whatever your energy is. And like, okay, so some of you are brand new. And if you are, like, this is not the last time this is going to happen in Prove It, but it happened. Like, I think we had like a small dialogue going on between a couple team members, and we were like, how much you want to bet this doesn't drop at 9? Like, kind of trying to cheer each other up. And then when it happened, we're like, yeah, there it is. So just stay positive and try to, help your team members too. Like, especially if you have promoters, just remember, whatever your energy is for anything is going to be what your customers are going to feel. So make light of it, make a joke of it. The other thing is we didn't have all the details. We still don't have all the details. Don't try to get them. Like, we're not going to find them. This is another thing that we're just all doing together, and trust me, like, I am an overthinker and I am like a high detail person. Like, when I was working, we always had to do these stupid personality profile tests, and I was always a very high C, they called it. But with Prove It, it literally has helped me to kind of like surrender to that, because we don't know what's coming and we don't know what's going to happen, but we just need to like go with the flow. The details are going to come, and have they ever let us down? Ever? No. So that would be like another huge thing. And that's with anything, not just with the 10-day challenge. Voice memos, again, with your excitement. I learned at a playbook event that I attended, like, before you go live or do like a voice memo, or if you kind of feel you're not quite yourself, jump up and down 10 times. Like, that was one of the things to kind of get your excitement going. Jump pace. When you're doing voice memos, walk back and forth, like your energy just naturally gets up. And then specifically for like the 10-day challenge, one of the things that I've really been focusing on is it really like clicked for me when I went to Orlando, it kind of had clicked for me then, but you kind of then get lost again in the going back to just weight loss. But it clicked for me again, especially when we saw up on the screen, like drink versus diet. And so I've really been using that to my advantage. You know, and obviously it's not that we're saying like you can just eat junk all day long and drink your ketones, but we know that naturally people are going to feel better and they're going to make better choices. So I've been using that to my advantage as far as like stop overthinking it. How many times do we have customers, because I know I do all the time, that we sell 10 days to and follow up and they're like, oh, I didn't start yet, like weeks. No, I'm not ready. I did not go to the grocery store. I don't get this keto thing. I don't get the macro thing. And as many times as you try to tell them, like, it's okay, just start, it's just really hard for them to do that. So this is, I keep telling all of, you know, the prospects, like, we're taking the guesswork out of it. Like, just do this. We're just asking you to drink this 2 times a day, you know, take your Mitoplex, and naturally you're going to feel better. So that's been really huge, especially because, you know, obviously my transformation has been weight loss, but my husband's has not. So that we've been sharing that a lot more, and we actually didn't even really realize until Hacking Better how much more of a transformation he had with like mental clarity. And he actually shared with me on our airplane ride home, which still like blows my mind. But since we went live about it, so many people have reached out to us. Like, he struggled with, you know, in school and testing and all kinds of things. And he said that he didn't share that with me. And I guess I didn't really realize, but this is the first time like that he can ever remember reading a book. Like, he could never read a book because he couldn't focus long enough to read a book. And that was like a light bulb moment for me, because I was like, wow, it's true. You've never read a book. I've never seen you read a book. So just like remember that there's just so much more. It's like what Trish said before, who to prospect to? Everybody. So I think that is all that I have. But yeah, this is just amazing opportunity, and just share your excitement.
Thank you. I have so many notes from tonight. This is awesome. But a couple of things, because I love just like touching base and making sure like people heard it. The voice memo thing with the walking around and jumping up and down, like, has anyone heard of that before? Right? It's a thing. Like, every time I voice memo, I'm always walking back and forth, and I can tell, like, I get breathy sometimes and out of breath really easily for some reason. I don't know, but like, I'm always like, but like walking around, like, they can sense your excitement, like the energy. And like she's talking about like what happened last night, our energy changes everything. It's the same exact thing with the way we approach people about this 10-day challenge. If I voice memo someone and I'm like, hey Trav, so we have this 10-day challenge, like, let me know what I think, blah, blah. Or if I was like, oh my gosh, have you guys heard about this? Like, I'm so excited about this. Like, every single customer, like, it makes a difference. Like, share it, use your excitement. It's amazing.
The other thing I forgot to mention is let them hear your life. Do you know how many times I'm like walking out the door to bring my kids to school or to dance, and I'm like, go put your jacket on. And then I'm like, I am so sorry. Or like crying in the background. And I'm like, oh my God, and then they're like, oh my God, you too. So like, let them hear that, because it just gets them to I do that all the time. I'm always telling my kids, go put your jacket on or put your shoes on or do something. So they, I don't let that get in the way. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like cartoons are in the background, whatever.
It's life. It's life, and they want to know that you're not a robot, you guys. Like, don't wait to be perfect, right? Don't wait for the resources. Don't wait for all of that stuff. Like, if anyone here has received a voice memo from me where I literally just will start being like Griffin, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm like, I just got done working out. I'm so sorry. Or I'm like yelling at the dog. Like, it's real life. It's like, I don't change it for customers, you guys. Like the way I voice memo you, and you guys are probably like, oh God. Like I do that for my customers too. Like it's just builds that rapport and it builds that relationship. So thank you so much, Trisha. We are finished with the Trishas for the evening. All right, so last but certainly not least, and I cannot find her on my screen, I've been looking for you. We have Miss Hannah, and I just love every time she speaks. I love all the value that she gives us, and I love her energy, and she's killing this 10-day challenge right now. So I don't know where you are, Hannah.
I'm right here.
There you are. Hi.
Hello. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever Charles is in the bubble bath, you're my hero. Have you guys seen Charles? He's straight up in a bubble bath with like a candle. I was scrolling through and I was like, who is that hero right there? Anyway, whoever Charles is, like big time. So I'm going to get to this quick because I have a couple of, I feel like really great things that have really helped me. First of all, I want to say hey, Travis. I see Travis is here. I see Melissa B. I don't know how to say her last name, Borgnon or Borg. So she gave like this awesome, I can't hear anybody. I don't know why. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. So Melissa B like gave this tip a couple weeks ago and I implemented it and I feel like it has kind of set me up for this challenge. So she said, how many of you have a group, like a keto group or like a Facebook group? She was like, if you go to the badge at the top and you look at your top contributors or your top fans and you not use them, but you go to them and you prospect them and you say, hey, you give us so much value in this group. And so when she first said that, I was like, oh, I feel weird doing that. But I was like, she said it worked for her. So Melissa B, I did that. And like 5 people were like, that I wouldn't talk to were like, I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this. I didn't want to say anything. So that tip kind of leads me into my first tip. So Melissa B, thank you so much for sharing that. That was a total thing that I used and it has helped my group. So last week in my group, this was kind of an accident. I started asking people to come out of their comfort zone and go live in the group. So it's a safe place for them. They can go live, they can share, and it gets them more comfortable in going live and sharing their stories. And so I really did it because I was in like a vulnerable space one day and I did a share in my group and it was really powerful. And so I never realized it would set them up for this challenge. And so now all these people that are quiet and would never share have been sharing in this group. They've all been going live, just pressing the button like whenever they want, like no schedule, nothing. They've been going live, they've been telling their stories. And so I've been going back to them, and these are customers obviously, and saying, hey, I want you to be in this challenge group because you have value. You have brought so much value to our group. I would love for you to come into our big group and share your recipes. So all of your customers, they all have special values. Like I have one person in my group who's a promoter and she's amazing. And she always makes like chocolate keto desserts and she shares in our group. She is awesome. And so her, like she's going to share like in the big group. So, you know, I have a nurse on my team, like she brings so much value to our team. So all of your promoters, all of your people share value. So you want the people that are already buying ketones to be sharing value to the new people just like you are. So that was a huge tip for me and I really used that and I thought that was huge. So now I have people that are getting so comfortable going live, comfortable sharing, comfortable being vulnerable. Like Brene Brown always says, like vulnerable breeds courage. And that is so, so true. So making the people that are in your group comfortable, not just for prospecting, but for being in the challenge. Like people want to know that they have value. It's the same thing with new customers. And the same thing when you reach out to people, like Trisha before, like, don't just say, hey girl, like say hi, like use their name, like, hey Mary, like I see that, you know, you've been watching da 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 da. And then I always say to them, you know, I see that you like keto recipes, or I see that you're really into this. Would you come and share in my group? I'd love for you to try ketones. Like people want to know what their value is. So when you're reaching out to people, find something of value. Like people also want to give value. It's like, it's not just us giving them value. Like we want us to give them the value back. So that has been huge. Also, the second tip was, and this isn't such a tip, I know a lot of you already do this, but Trish always, I feel like she pushes me to do this and it's so good. Like she has me set a numeric goal, right? And it has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with volume. It has to do with me zoning in on what I'm doing. So yesterday, like she was like, what's your goal, right? And I had this number 50 in my mind. And I thought it was crazy. Like I was like, oh my gosh. And my husband looked at me and was like, when have you ever shied away from a goal? Like when have you ever just been like, oh, I can't do that? But we say a number in our head and then we say, oh, that's too much. And I saw that people were doing lesser numbers and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's too much. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to let myself tear down my goal before I even get started. So if you have something in your mind, like I want to sell 20 reboots, even if you've only sold 5 before. So let's say you put the number 20 out there and you sell 10, you still sold 10 reboots, right? So I put the number out there and then I thought about taking it back. I was like, and then I was like, no, I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to put my heart behind it, and I'm going to keep going. And right now I'm at 49. So on this call, I'm going to hit 50. And if I would have said, oh, that's too many, I wouldn't have ran for it. So like, this is so powerful. Like putting your goals out there to someone else. Like say you don't want to put it out to your group, that's fine. Call someone that's in your group. It doesn't have to be your upline. Like you don't have to call Trish. You can call Melissa B. You can call Jamie. You can call any of the people on this call. You can text me and say, you know what? I want to make a goal for this challenge. We still have a couple of days left, right? I want to sell 10. I want to sell 15. I want to sell 20. And guess what? If you sell 18, awesome. But here's the thing. I'm going to get to 75 now because I'm going to hit my goal tonight. Hopefully I'm going to get the notification while I'm talking. I'm going to hit this goal tonight and then I'm going to go for more. And if I don't hit 75, guess what? I hit 50. And it doesn't matter the money, the numbers. It's about you putting it out, what you can do and going for it. Because let's be honest, the people that hold us back is ourselves. The belief, we all believe in Prove It. We all believe in the company. We all believe in this product. It's us that we struggle with the most. So my thing is like, I'm tired of having numbers in my head and not saying them. Like I'm tired of saying, oh, I want to hit, 60,000 volume and not just saying it out loud. Like I think that is so, so important. It's why I love that whoever Melissa May is saying, I love the MVP multiplier. It sets up things and I'm like, okay, every month I'm going to pass this. So this is really about you looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, what do I have today? Like, what do I have to bring today? And I just hit 50. See, I'm just telling you, like you put it out there. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm like shaking right now. I just got my notification. So I'm just telling you right now, like I would have never said 50 like the day before yesterday, but yesterday I was like, you know what? They're giving me this opportunity. They're giving me this challenge. Like I'm going to go for it. Oh my gosh, I just hit 50. I'm like so excited. Like I'm going to go for it and I'm going to do it. And like I said, it's not about the number. It's about you putting something out there and running towards it. Like when you tell your kids, like when they walk out the door, like have a great day. Like I want you to go and crush this today. Like you don't tell them that because you don't want them to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just telling you right now, like I was so on fire yesterday in my groups. Like I was screaming at everyone. I was like, y'all, this challenge. I was nuts. And then ask Trish, I totally freaked out when the thing didn't work. I was like saying I was like, Milo, put your headphones on. I was pissed. I was like, I'm going to text Brian. I'm going to send a message. And then I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. They're going to talk me through it. And I messaged all those people and they were all like, so, so great. Like they were all great about, we broke the internet. Like we did this. Could I have lost some people? Fine. But at the same time, did it affect my outcome? No, I still contacted people. I still put it out there. I still told them like what I wanted to do. Right. The other thing is, so one more thing. I have issues sometimes if I'm not friends with someone on Facebook because I have my other page, they can't see my messages. So if you're looking to prospect someone or if you're looking to have someone on there that you want to join your team or you want to join your page and you're not friends, some people know this, like some people, like some of my promoters like didn't know this, they cannot see your messages. So make sure you say, if you message someone on their Facebook post or whatever, or if they comment on your live, you say, hey, Denise, I messaged you. They know to look for where to find it. This happens to me all the time. Like I went back the other day to all these messages I had sent out like, I don't know, 100 days ago, and none of them have been seen. So make sure that people see you. So also talk about your community, like talk about your private group or your public group or whatever it is. Like when you're putting out this challenge information, say, hey, I also have my awesome community. Buying this challenge deck is going to get you in the big community with hundreds of thousands of people. It's going to get you in Trisha's big event group, but you're also going to get, even after the challenge, you're going to have support, not just through the 10 days, but after this. So we want to support them at the 10 days, but we also want to make sure that they know that when 10 days is over, we're not dropping you off at the pool, right? You're going to stay and play with all the people, right? So that's super important for them to know that I'm not just going to support you in this 10 days. We're going to focus on this 10 days. We're going to like kill it. We're going to knock it out of the park. And I've also been telling everyone like what my theme is for this 10-day challenge. It is hashtag just drink it. Like just do it. It is just drink it. It is not diet. I'm not going to send you a meal plan. I'm not going to make you do all these crazy things. Everyone thinks I'm going to go make them exercise for 5 hours. Like not going to do that. I'm going to make you drink your ketones. I want you to drink what's in this kit and what's in this kit only, and you've got it. So give them simple things. Hashtag just drink it. Find your top fans, find your people. And like everyone always says to me, like the people that will come to you are the people that are attracted to you. You want the people with you that attract you. So I, if you want to use my thing, that's fine. But like find yourself something that you can attach to, put that number out there and tell someone, and then just roll with it. And so, like I said, it's like, we make this so difficult, and it is difficult. Like what we do is not easy, but we all join Prove It. You have to remember why you joined in the first place, because you wanted to reach as many humans as possible. So if you're not reaching as many humans, I just want to encourage you. It's not about sending cold messages. It's about sharing why you started and why you love this product. And that's what makes this challenge so powerful. So that's all I have today. I'm sorry, I'm going to bring it down a notch, but y'all know I get excited. So.
That was a really good 50. I'm so excited. Guys, you have no idea. Like, she was like, I'm just going to put it out there. And I was like, yeah, just put it out there. So like, we've talked about goals. I have lots of distinctions from what you said. Like and I know Melissa may type this in, but like people want to know the value that you can provide, that they can provide. Ask people to help you provide that value to other people. Like, think of that. Like, that is huge. Like, I see that you're into this. Would you be willing to share? Like, that's really huge and really, really important. How many people if you're asked to share on a call, you're asked to share in a group, like, you feel a little bit more empowered. You're like, oh, cool. Like, that's really cool. Like, I have that. Like, it's cool to be able to do that for other people. And then we believe in Prove It. We believe in the product. We're all drinking freaking ketones 40 times a day, right? At least he is. But we lack belief in ourselves. And like, that's where the goals come in. So now I have, and I also love the hashtag just drink it. Like, I love that. It's freaking awesome. So, okay, I'm like cheesing right now because like everything you guys, like all the speakers tonight provided so much. Like, first of all, in the comments, if you got value from tonight, in the comments, can you drop a 1 if you got value? Like, it, like, seriously, like, light up the comments with love for all of our speakers tonight, because they crushed it. Like, whether they thought they were a public speaker or not, like, you guys all did amazing. Yes, we're going to be walking away from here. Now, I don't want to see any ones after this. Now, we just talked about goals. You just heard Hannah's goals. Anyone here like the number 50 and you were kind of like, I guess I could up it a little bit, right? So think about your goals, and I want you to go ahead and claim it. What is your goal for to end before it sells out, right? And because it's going to sell out, you guys. So I see 18. How many 10-day challenge kits are you going to sell? 50. Yes! 140. Yeah. Is it 30, 40, 20, 10, 25? Yes. And guys, like, the cool thing about this community is we are all coming in at different walks of life. We are all in different places in our business. So the big goal, if it makes you feel scared, right? That's all it takes. So if 10 gives you that scared feeling, that's your number. Like, that's okay. Go after that. But double it if you can, right? Like, put that, be like, all right, 10, 10, 10, but I'm going to really 15, right? Like, do that, because literally, like, I know it's like the cheese factor of like, if you shoot for the moon, you'll end in the stars, right? But like, seriously, it's exactly what Hannah said. Like, if you're shooting for 20 and you get 10, you got 10. Like, that's amazing. So there was so much value on this call tonight, guys. There was so much more to come. I know many of us, many of the leaders that are in here right now, like, they are all running. Prove It's going to have that challenge group going in that reboot group. It's going to be getting revamped. If you guys haven't seen the live or haven't seen the Zoom from last night with Blake, it's in our team page. You guys can catch up on that. But I also know that, and he actually brought this to my attention today, is that Nick Sanacola said that he still create those sub-challenge groups within the challenge group, right? So I know a lot of people, I know Melissa May, I believe Melissa B, like, they're running these. I know I am doing it for a bunch of people as well. Anyone's welcome to it, where we're just joining forces and we're gonna run a sub-challenge for all of these humans. We have a place where we can provide value. We can ask them to be providing value. It's a good way to identify promoters, as well as making sure they get that support in that Prove It group, because that Prove It challenge group, like, the people that are going to be going live and sharing in there, it's going to be freaking awesome. So make sure they have access to that. But even if you only have 2 people and you want to put them in this chat, like, just figure out a way that you're going to provide that value and you can provide that support as they're walking through those 10 days. But that is all. Is everyone fired up right now?
Yes.
I feel like Travis should lead us in a tornado to end the call.
No, I've said like 3 words.
But we love you. All right. So we love you guys. Crush the 10-day. The biggest tip for this challenge is to collect stories and testimonies of transformations from all these women. Exactly. Like, thank you, Melissa. Like, that is exactly the point of this. Like, how many stories can you collect? Like, how many? We are a collector of stories, and we are the storytellers. Like, that is what we do. Collect, find them, dig in deep, know what their goals are. Like, what are their goals going into, like, ask them, like, we have goals for this. Ask your challengers, like, what are your goals for these 10-day challenge? And if they're like, I just want to lose weight, be like, yeah, but like, what does that mean to you? Like, what does that mean to you? And then they're going to open up, and then they might be like, oh, well, I have family pictures coming up, or I have this Christmas party, or I'm tired of feeling like this. But like, what does that mean to you? What is that going to look like in your life, right? So like, find out their goals so that you can support them and you can love them and you can help them achieve what they're looking for. And guys, you know, once they drink 10 days of 2 ketones a day, they ain't ever going to stop drinking ketones. Like,
For real.
this is the deal. Like, we've just, like, this is, I can't. We just all boarded a rocket ship and we're about to freaking.
Oh, you're such a cheese. He is a cheese factory tonight.
We're shooting to
She's
the moon, guys.
She is a cheese factory tonight.
All right, I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I will get this recording up if my computer does not eat it, but I record it to the cloud, so I feel like we should be good. But I love you guys.